Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a while since I actually uploaded a video to this channel, but I wanted to record a little something, kind of another little update. I did one of these a couple of months, I think like 2019, sometime during 2019, I recorded a video pretty similar to this. Um, yeah, and it's going to be kind of the same thing. I'm very happy to say that a lot has changed in my life since then. I have um, to bring it all back, to be real, uh, last time I made a video like this, I was in a really bad place. I wasn't feeling great about myself, what I was doing, and just kind of where my life was headed. Didn't enjoy any of that, and I felt just shitty. I just felt bad. I didn't feel happy. Just doing anything. I just felt like I was really just kind of going through the motions, doing whatever kind of was like, hey, someone's like, hey, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. And I didn't feel any passion. I didn't feel any drive to really do anything that would challenge me in any way. It's kind of keeping the status quo. I hated that. I hated that a lot. And I made that video saying like, hey, like I'm working on things, trying to make things better, to move my life forward, and I have done that. That's what this video is all about. Just another little update and um, kind of like a promise to myself and to be able to maybe help other people who might be going through something similar to what I went through. Long story short, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, I was probably in one of the darkest places I've ever been in my entire life. I hated myself. Like I hated myself. I saw no redeeming qualities in who I was, the people I interacted with. Thought I always assumed that they just were doing it out of kindness, that they would interact with me. There's a lot of things that were really messed up, and a lot of it really um, was not a good place to be. And I felt like I was abusing my friends' kindness over and over and over again to try to make myself feel better in ways. And I always thought that was going to be a solution. Is that my friends will be the ones who will help me all the time, this and that, and all these little things that I always thought would help. But I realized that having used that methodology for 3-4 years, I came to a point in the past year where I realized that just doesn't work. Like that for me, that didn't work. That was not my solution to fix shit that I had to deal with. Um, and it took the wisdom of um, many of nights of me just kind of thinking it through, drinking way too much, trying to figure stuff out in a drunken stupor, which I don't recommend. That's just a terrible decision, just in general. Um, Figuring it out. And I came to the realization, and this is not a huge mind blowing shocker for a lot of people, but it took me a while to really understand it. Um, the only person that can really help you in life, and this is what worked for me, is I realized that the only person who's going to make any significant change to who you are, what you do, how you act, it comes down to yourself. And it's a lot of self inflection that you have to be able to push yourself to fix your own problems. No one's going to fix your problems for you. Having friends and having a support system is great and it's wonderful, but it really, for me, I came to realize that it's really just a small band aid. Your friends are not there to fix your life for you. The only person that can really implement any type of change like that is yourself. And if you choose not to do so, you're going to wallow in a pit of depression for a very, very long time and never reach out to certain people because you feel like you're not, I felt like anytime I reached out, I was being a toxic friend. And I was doing it to try to make myself feel better. And I felt like it was really abusing their kindness and their time. And I hated that. I didn't want to continue doing that. So when I finally figured that out, I really pushed myself to make significant positive changes in my life to be able to no longer have to rely on that system anymore and not to fall into old habits. So I spent the last 6 months or so really focusing on myself, my mental health, my physical health, and really focusing on not reaching out in the way that I used to reach out to people, fishing for things that would make me feel better for like 2-3 weeks, and then I would relapse into a shitty mindset again. I really pushed myself to not reach out and to really focus on figuring out my solution and to what would make me feel better on my own, because the only person that was going to help me was myself, and I wanted to really make that a challenge for myself. And over the course of 6 months, I went to therapy. I talked it out with a professional, someone who actually, has a degree, is professionally paid. I paid them to help me figure out some issues that I had, and I figured out that there was a lot of things that I had, maybe not quite so repressed, but just kind of, I never fully resolved certain things from when I was younger, and she kind of helped clarify some weird misconceptions that I had about mental health, and that really helped me put a new spin on how I now interact with people and the way I want to interact with people going forward in the future. I am happy to say that I'm not cured by any means. There are times when I still feel like that, but I am definitely on a stronger, more self-reliant path. So now I no longer have those urges as often to be able to reach out to people and get like a weird ego boost for whatever reason, and then I'll relapse again. Like I've been able to find a level of happiness and self-assurance in myself that I don't need that anymore. Like I can figure out my own issues. I don't have to bother and waste other people's time with issues that the only person that can help it is myself. So I did that, and I'm feeling better about my life. Like I said, a year ago, I was in a different position in a place I didn't really feel like going. It's been a full year since then. I am now currently in a much better place. I'm making way more money. I'm in a better place in mentally. I feel healthier. I feel more alert. I feel stronger in my convictions and what I want to do. And for the first time in my life, I am now able to see a couple of years into my future. Like before, I never had that capability. I could never imagine myself living past the age like 28. I never thought I would ever reach this age in my life. I always thought I'd be dead by now, because of the way my mentality was. But now I can now see several years into my future of where I want to be. I'm working on things to make it so that I will be there in 5 years, and things are good. Like I just really wanted to make a video about this, and this is kind of like a video for future Kevin to look back into and be like, hey man, this is a point in your life now that you finally figured it out. I hope things are working well, future Kevin. And things are going to be continuously, for me, going to be going up, because now, like I said, I've gotten to a point now where I finally truly understand who I am, what I bring, and I have a level of self-confidence that I never really had before. And I'm no longer cloying to these toxic little things that I used to do. I'm very much stepping away from those and moving forward and pushing myself into doing more creative things, more things for myself. Because I always did a lot of things for other people, but I would never do anything for myself. I've spent the last 6 months really focusing on making sure that I take care of myself first, and really honing down and making sure that I become a better person every single day, and living that mentality, so that way I can continuously grow and grow and grow instead of being stagnant. Because that's where I felt like I was for the past 5 years, has been in a very, very stagnant place. I feel like I haven't changed as a person, that I haven't gotten better as a person. I've gotten worse as a person, and things are going to be different. Things are going to be looking good for me. I'm feeling great. Like I said, it's a little repetitive of me saying it over and over again, but I really feel like this is a message. Like I said, this is kind of like a weird vlog for myself, to remind myself where I am, and that to never let myself fall to that place ever again. Because if I do, it's going to be terrible. I never want to be back to the place I was before. So this is just like a quick video of me talking about just how I am, mental state, feeling good. I'm working on creative projects again, with a friend. I'm back to streaming again. I'm feeling good about that. Work is going good. My relationship with my friends is something that I'm currently working on, kind of patching. I made a very distinct decision about a year ago or so to kind of pull back from speaking to most of my friends because I really wanted to really focus on figuring stuff out without having to rely on that. And this is just without having to leech off of them. I need to figure out who I was before I came back to a group of people that I wanted to continue building relationships with, but I didn't know how to. And I feel better now about my situation, that now I feel more comfortable being able to speak with them, and I want to go back and be able to build those relationships again and reconnect with people that I want to be able to have conversations with more often. But because of the place I was, I chose not to. I chose to purposely distance myself away from everybody to deal with my issues first before I came back. And I know that some people will say, like, oh, your friends are there to help you and do all those things. Like, I understand that. But I've also been realized, like I said earlier, a lot of issues and problems, your friends are there to give you support. They're not there to do the work for you. If you choose not to do the work for yourself, you'll never move forward. So that was my decision I need to step away and I need to figure it out and make a hard decision to never go back to who I was and to fix these mental issues that I had with myself to be able to go forward. And that's it. And I've made that decision. It's still working on things. It's not a perfect 180 decision, but I'm on the correct path, and I have been for, the past 2 months now. I've been feeling every day seems a little bit brighter. Every day things just feel better. I wake up and I don't wake up feeling like crap. I wake up and I feel like it's gonna be a good day. Like I'm gonna, I feel more energized, more creative. I can wake up and be able to be like, I'm gonna knock out this work. I'm gonna work on the podcast. I'm gonna work on some stuff for my stream. I'm gonna work on, reading more books and becoming a smarter person. And life is starting to finally make sense to me. I don't know why it took me so long to figure everything out. In summation, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Just in general, I really appreciate everyone who's been there in my life, who's been able to give me the sight that I needed to be able to figure things out. I really also want to apologize as well to everyone that I ever have roped into those conversations that I felt were more of an exercise and a pity party for myself more than anything, and they weren't real solutions. You guys know who you are, and I apologize for that. Third, go check me out on Twitch, please. I'm working on more creative outlets and diving into the things that make me excited, that make my heart pump faster and make me want to continue working on stuff. So I'm back to my streaming. I got a podcast with my friend TJT, a friend from the internet who is now my stream partner and podcast partner. I'm also going to be making more YouTube videos as well. I want to really get back into the things that really interest me and I've always wanted to do, but just never had the courage to do so. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate it. I know it's a long video to watch. It's kind of ranty. It's kind of like a stream of consciousness kind of thinking. But I really do appreciate you guys. If you do watch all the way to the end, I really do. I appreciate you guys every day. Everyone who watches. Those of you who aren't friends with me and know you in real life and you're just watching this video, thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys have any issues like yourselves, have anything similar to mine. Let me know. I'll be glad to help at any time. So with that, have a good rest of your night, day, week, month. Stay safe out there. Please wear a mask. Keep yourself protected. And I'll catch you guys later.